future of decentralized identities. Our guest is Roberto Asaile, CEO of Metapreneurs, one of the most successful NFT projects in the region that sold out, and they're going through with their roadmap and building the project as they go along. We're going to discuss this a bit. We're also going to talk a bit about the future of decentralized identities. Rob, welcome to the bridge.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, and I think we have a lot of interesting things, to go over.
A lot of interesting
And
things.
yeah, I think we're gonna mention, some stuff that you guys maybe don't know, but it's gonna be good education.
Great. So, بدنا نبلش أول شيء to dissect identities first and their history. So, there's a cool example that I like to talk about when we're talking about identities. So, تاريخيا كان الواحد كان في عنا family names based على historically the profession يلي كانت بهالعائلة or some event صارت مع هيدا الشخص or something that identifies this person outside of the group خاصه بإيفنت صار معه or شيء بيعمله هو. And this is where وصلتنا على family names that are كتير قراب للprofession or كتير قراب ل some kind of description لهيدا الشخص, right? So this is what defined identities in societies before, right?
Yeah, true.
وستيل بعدها لليوم يعني.
Till today, I mean, all
Yeah.
these big families,
Yeah. So اليوم it's easy to say, the same thing can be applied on the blockchain where your identity is this bouquet of interactions that you go through on chain, right? تتفاعل مع غير عالم on chain, and this defines the future of identities. غير انه كمان if we add an NFTs to that mix,
Yeah.
right? صار في عندك a token that
defines your
identifies.
identity.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, and how does your project fit into that?
I mean, our project essentially targets entrepreneurs, and our goal was always, the vision for the project before we even launched. It was the grand scheme of things was to unite all entrepreneurs in one place, and that token, the Metapreneur NFT, is the access card into this community of entrepreneurs. So it acts as, access to the community and all the roadmap, the utilities, but it's also, a status. So you have a Metapreneur, okay, you're an entrepreneur, and you're ready to lead in the
So
entrepreneurship
this is part
space.
of the identity side.
Exactly. So you as your identity, people like to associate themselves to things, and for us, it's entrepreneurship, it's business, and it's growth, and being part of the community and owning that token is part of your identity. So if someone sees it in your wallet, oh, he's a Metapreneur. And I've had, an influencer reach out to me. His name is Trav, and he's one of our partners at Metapreneurs now. And he was like, "Hey, I just came across your project randomly, and I believe I'm a Metapreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also part of this, decentralized Web3 space. So I'm a Metapreneur. I would love to be part of, what you have going on."
Yeah. So like إذا بدنا نحكي عن اليوم كيف identities تبع كيف بنعرف other people in the space, in the crypto space, on Twitter, etc. Even before the crypto space, we used to meet people by their nicknames.
Yeah.
And then let's say that their string of posts or tweets, we use that to define who these people are. But now it's gone a step further. صارت مرحلة زيادة where their interactions يلي on the blockchain also define who they are, including what NFTs they own. So like you said, some people would بحسوا انه هن more aligned مع this identity that is represented by this NFT, and then that's why they might be interested in being part of that community.
It all plays a role in the ecosystem. So for the NFT side, which is what I'm more focused on, a CryptoPunk, for example, it's a social status to the Bored Ape. It's the same, but there are other communities, that you want to be part of and show that you're more important. You want to show, okay, I'm a part of this. People, they like to say, oh, I'm a part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Because it's social status, and then all your transactions as well. Your history in your wallet, and it's all on the blockchain. Everybody can see it.
Yeah.
It's on for Ethereum, it's on Etherscan.
So that pseudo anonymity is what I wanted to discuss next. في anonymity بس it's not complete anonymity. So if you have a wallet address فيك تشوف this wallet address, you can create an identity profile from the transactions تبع this wallet address, but you can't really tie it directly to a person. That's it.
Exactly.
هيدا الفرق بين Web 2 و Web 3.
100%.
So ب Web 2 كان بدك your email and the password to log in, والمعلومات تبعك محطوطين على server that is owned by the company, say Facebook or Google or whomever, right? That was the Web 2 identity. And then they tried to do the single sign-on where you log in with Google everywhere, and then your identity is everywhere. But that's too much exposure for the person, لأنه صار عم بيبنوا بروفايل عن الشخص عم بيقعدوا جوات راسه بالاخر يعني. And that's the problem with Web 2, right?
Exactly. I mean, the sign-in feature with Google, that's a huge problem in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then email and marketing and everything. And, iOS, they tried to stop this kind of, but it wasn't really the solution
Yeah.
for it, hiding your email and stuff. But Web3 allows, with one click of a button, you connect wallet, sign with your wallet.
which is لإلك بس.
Exactly.
يعني
It's for,
هيدي
you own it.
Yeah.
You own your data.
المفتاح يلي بالوالت يلي
Exactly.
بيمضي الترانزاكشن بالاخر بس انت معك اياه.
100%.
So الاثبات انه هيدا انت هو انه تمضي هالترانزاكشن right. وذن هاي لحدا كان validate انه ولا this wallet signed this transaction. And then you don't need بقى email, password و personal identification information that هول الشركات الكبار عم بيكونوا عم بيسيطروا على العالم فيها.
100%.
صح. So هون الايدنتيتي صارت ستيب فيردر. So خدنا السنجل ساين اون تبع جوجل يلي كانوا لا فور ايز اوف يوز فيك تعمل لوجين على كل هول البلاتفورمز يوزينج جوجل، بس الفرق انه كل هول البلاتفورمز صاروا يعرفوا كل شيء عنك، كل شيء جوجل بيعرفه. As opposed to signing in with your wallet where you verify انه هيدا عن جد انت without giving too much information to these third party platforms يلي that could or could not use it in a malicious way.
100%. I mean, they can see what you've done, but they can't really know who you are as a person, and
Yes.
they can kind of guess what you do as transactions. But at least now, that wallet, it holds everything instead of everything scattered. It's also better for as user experience, in my opinion. If I could log in with my wallet for Google Docs, for Google Drive, for anything, I could just log in with my wallet. As a user, I would prefer that than just
it's
having username,
more
password.
more straightforward.
Way more
Absolutely.
straightforward. And I think with time, the next 5-10 years, we're going to see way more of that. I think we're going to have either existing companies like Microsoft, Google integrate that, or we're going to have new companies that will be like, okay, we're doing a decentralized file sharing system, for example.
Yeah.
And that will take over.
Yeah, true. So the next step would be, I guess, since it's still a very young space وبعد ما في كتير قصص اتطبقت عليها in terms of applications. I think it's safe to say انه in the next phases كيف كانوا عم يستعملوا المعلومات لحتى عن الاشخاص لحتى to target advertisement on Web 2. I think on Web 3 you would be the one seeking the brands that fit your profile من ورا كيف مركبه. So هونيك كانت الايدنتيتي عم تستعمل to collect information عنك.
True.
Right. بينما هون الايدنتيتي انت عم تستعملها to collect the information you want. Right. And then بنشوف examples مثل Brave browser.
Yeah.
Where كل ما يفرجيك ad, right, you get a token. And you can claim that token. So basically you get paid for seeing ads, whereas in Web 2
it's all to the
they're using your information.
Exactly.
They're making the money and you get nothing. So
I mean, that also goes back also to play to earn and stuff and gaming.
so
It's
let alone this
it's
part.
not-
So this part عم تفتح مجالات ل انه okay, your identity has become part of your achievements in these games, and as a gamer
and then you gain
that means a lot to me.
Yeah, and then also you gain from it. You don't just
أكيد.
play. You own the assets in the game.
ايه so هون بتجي بارت تانية where انه قبل كنا the assets we gain in the game, in any game, whether it's a simple one or a more AAA game, right? The assets that we gain كانوا ضلوا locked بالgame and they're centralized. Whereas now we have a global registry where we can register those assets, and for some people that's what define their identities as well. So people that pick their clothes based on certain
100%.
criteria that
I mean, if you buy a skin in a game and you decide a year later, oh, I don't want it anymore, you can trade it. It's
Exactly.
yours. You own it. Okay,
Yeah.
do you want it now? I can sell it to you.
Yeah.
You know, and that process
Yeah.
is interesting, and I think it's the future. I mean, some games started to do it, but
Yeah.
we're gonna see the
So
bigger guys.
so كمان another subject here is verifying identification.
Mhm.
So this makes it so username password is way easier to quote unquote hack, although I hate using that term because it's not very accurate. But it's harder to hack wallets.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. It's kind of like phishing links to hack.
Yeah, and
A
then
bit,
there's way
there's
more
way more
complex
complex
steps.
stuff. I mean, I think
It requires the user to make a mistake
exactly
anyway.
people need education on how to, you know, as we did for our Discord server, we had people who got scammed because, you know, fake links and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you just decide, okay, if you give the education and the knowledge to the people, okay, don't click on any links from this, from that. If you don't make these mistakes, then, you know,
Yeah.
there's no
course.
potential to be hacked. How hard is it to hack the blockchain? I mean,
Yeah, it's almost impossible.
yeah, exactly. So I think security-wise, it's next level.
Yeah.
Mm.
So so here وصلنا لمطرح where مش بس صارت our identity can be decentralized and pseudo anonymous, but also we can secure that identity in a way that makes it less hard for more hard for people to impersonate us
Mhm.
or ينتحلوا شخصيتنا basically, which happens a lot on the internet. بأول أيام الإنترنت كانت تصير كتير، بعدين صارت تصير أقل، بعدين رجعت تصير أكتر لما صار في عندك more products being built by just anyone.
Yeah.
And then في some security precautions ما عم بيتاخدوا. If you remember a few years ago LinkedIn got hacked وتبين انه الباسوردز كلهم بالداتابيز
iCloud
unencrypted.
too. iCloud.
iCloud كمان.
Yeah.
So on the blockchain ما عندك هالمشكلة. And then your identity is more secure there and it's more well kept, right? يعني لأنه هونيك they're definitely gonna abuse the information they have on you to push
Sure.
ads.
It's
Right.
it's the business model at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
I've done ads on Facebook and
Yeah.
the,
Yeah. So how does this in your opinion how does this fit into okay which NFT I select to put in that wallet and which interactions I undertake in that wallet, right?
so it depends on you as a human being. You know, when you're in your house, what do you decide to put as art? What do you buy? What do you want to put as, you know, interior design? It's what you like. It's what you want people to see when they come in your house. You know, people buy Basquiat's and paintings and so on. You know, some of them buy them for investments and stuff, but most people, they want to show
Yeah.
people when they come to their houses, okay, hey, I have this painting in my
Absolutely.
house, and that's what's because human nature doesn't change. Even if the technology changes, you know, the human brain is still the same.
But the means change.
Exactly.
But
So
yeah.
people still want to show off. You know, they want to prove something to other people, and that the NFT, I think in 5 to 10 years, people are going to care more about what they have in their wallets, you know, than what they have in their houses, their physical objects.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy. A lot of
Yeah.
people might not, you know,
Yeah.
believe it, but
It's a new
as-
frontier
as,
and there's a
as
lot
people
of
today care about getting that blue check on Instagram, how many followers they have.
true.
It's the same.
True.
It's all in the head,
Yeah.
and humans interact this way, and I believe that if you want to decide what you're going to put in your wallet, you have to know what you want. You have to browse and see, okay, I want to be part of this.
أكيد.
That's something I like. That's something I want to have in my wallet,
أكيد.
and that's something I want other people to see.
Yeah.
And
And you can verify that.
exactly, you can verify it.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that this wallet, and you can say so. Twitter, for example, now they included the
Yeah,
hexagon
the verified
verified
NFTs.
NFT profiles.
So I had
Yeah.
there's a problem في مشكلة على تويتر where في
Okay.
كذا شخص where بحطوا profile picture of an NFT that they don't own.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
or بحطوا .eth domain that they don't own, right?
Seen that a lot.
Sometimes to just catch some clout, right? Because that's the hype, and like these are the people that are inadvertently, maybe they're just not aware of it, but their behavior تصرفهم بيأذي السبيس بس على الشورت تيرم بس.
Exactly, short
يعني
term.
لانه على اللونجر تيرم people become more aware انه هيدي asset. مثل ما فيك تطلع تقول انه انا معي فيراري اذا ما عندك فيراري.
100%. And to all the people that say we can just screenshot it and put it, I mean, this whole concept. You can take a picture of the Mona Lisa, but
Yeah,
you
but you
own
can't verify on
can't-
the blockchain that you own it.
exactly.
Yeah.
On the blockchain, I mean, you can say you own this wallet. It's owned by you, and then you will have means to prove it as well.
Yeah.
You know.
So تتاخد لأبعاد بعد أكتر where بتفكر بالباسبور
Exactly.
يلي هلا
Even
دفتر
more houses, deeds,
صك ملكية
Yeah.
للبيت. So
everything.
so it's not just so the profile picture NFTs منه هو كل شيء obviously.
I think it was a first step, you know, this and one-on-one art
Yeah.
when Beeple started, and then PFP started,
Mm.
and now we're gonna transition into utilities. You know, we're moving. PFPs are still here, and I think they will stay here as history, you know, historical
مظبوط.
pieces.
مظبوط.
Well, they don't offer anything other than social status.
Yeah.
Some of them, and when we're gonna move to utilities and Web3 and platforms and, you know, the things we do and use regularly, like our passports, are gonna be on the blockchain as NFTs. Concert tickets, you know, events.
Oh,
that you
ticketing,
can-
definitely.
Ticketing is
Yeah.
huge. I mean, Gary Vee did his ticket for his conference in May.
Yeah.
VFriend Hoarders, which is the collection of Gary Vee,
Yeah.
got airdropped the ticket.
Yeah.
You know, a ticket that they can resell on the secondary market for profit.
Yeah.
You know, it's for free. You got the
Yeah.
ticket for free for owning the VFriend, and you can see people selling it for 2 ETH.
You're benefiting your early
Exactly.
holders. So,
No, and the creator gets royalties on every sale of the you know, if it's resold, he gets 5, 10, whatever percentage he chooses to put.
Yeah.
So it's win-win for the users, the clients, and the creator itself.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's bound to happen. It's just a matter of time. Things take time. You know, in social media, people back in 2012, no one knew it was
Yeah.
going to reach the scale.
Yeah, أكيد.
Everybody's like, no, it's just a fad. Internet, same thing. It cycles, history repeats itself,
مظبوط.
and then you will have this in that's why I say 5 to 10 years, because I think it just became kind of mainstream, NFTs, not too much, but in the last year or so.
بعد ما عندنا more than 10% adoption, but
No.
it grew.
It grew that
massively
people
in the
knew.
past.
You know,
Yeah.
people heard NFTs, but they never did anything about it.
مظبوط.
It's the same with internet, social media, and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see a huge shift. We might see people calling it a scam soon. I
Yeah.
think it's
Again.
Again, history repeats
Yeah.
itself. Internet and the news back then, it's a scam.
Yeah.
Same thing here, and then we will see a huge boom where people realize, okay, the true application of NFTs.
Of the technology itself.
Exactly, the blockchain technology, and I speak about NFTs a lot because that's the subject I've researched the most about and I've done, and I've seen so much potential more than just PFPs. You know, PFPs are cool. You know, you can flip them, you can show off with them, but the end future is the utilities
Or you can
behind
use them as your online identity.
Exactly.
Which is what their initial
Initially
purpose, which
was
bring us back to the
100%.
most important point, which is the decentralized form of identification.
100%.
Like now we can easily identify someone as a holder of specific NFTs or as a conductor of specific transactions because فيك تطلع على البلوكتشين which is open للجميع وتتأكد and verify من هيدا الشيء. So مش بس عم نخلق pseudo anonymous identification that's decentralized, but we're also creating a way for you to build your identity across time in your wallet.
100%.
Which includes collecting NFT
Yeah.
as collecting art or furniture. It also includes NFTs that are tickets. So تعرف أنت when you go to a concert or whatever, you
wanna
keep
keep
the
it. Yeah,
handband
you keep
or
the
you
thing.
keep the ticket or etc. And for people, there's sentimental value in that, right? And now you can have في يكون عندك a project where if you have an NFT from a previous event, you get a discount on the coming
100%.
event, right? And that's also part of the identity.
Yeah.
Part of your identity is that you own an NFT من
100%.
event قبل.
It all fits in the same bubble. And brands, we're gonna see brands, and I'm surprised. I've seen brands do NFT drops, but for the wrong purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
If a brand does a drop, you know, of a token, okay, it's like a badge or a membership. You get access to fashion shows, early drops, discounts, different things, and that badge tells you, okay, it's like why'd you wear fancy brands to show that you wear fancy brand? But if you hold that badge, not only you can show people, okay, I'm part of Gucci or LV or whatever it is, but also I get access to X, Y, and Z behind it.
Yeah.
Drops. You can see brands do this, and it's just a start. And I want to see more brands do it.
Absolutely.
We haven't seen anything.
I think brands have been
They're always late.
coming into the space from a wrong angle.
Exactly.
And it's okay, they need time لحتى يرجعوا
100%.
يجلسوا. I think إذا بدنا ناخد example عن مين عامل what brand did a proper NFT release, in my opinion, is Adidas.
Yeah,
for now.
Adidas did a great job and they invested in ApeCoin as well. And
Yeah.
No, Adidas did a great job. Pepsi, for example, they just did it a free mint that serves no purpose. Maybe they have more plans for later, but you know,
At this point,
at this
it's
point,
just,
there's
yeah.
nothing. Budweiser as well did it.
Yeah.
It's, I think there's way more potential, especially you know for fashion brands and stuff.
So a lot of
Anything.
people find part of their identity is their fandom, right?
Yeah.
The things that they're fans of, and they want to show it off.
Everybody wants to show off things,
Yeah.
whether it's art, clothing, watches, everything. Instagram blue check. I mean, we've gone from physical items to kind of digital. You know, what skins you own on Fortnite. You know, kids who play that game.
Yeah.
No,
True.
it's true.
True.
Your Instagram profile alone, where you've been. You know, why do you take a picture of a private jet and post it on your account?
مظبوط.
Why do you know? Oh, I went to the Steve Aoki concert.
True.
And
True. Yeah. So
all of these things they fall
Yeah,
into
I
your
feel it.
identity because oh look, I've done this.
Yes.
People want to always it's them.
and
But
it's
people
always
are
like when you
selfish.
look at someone's Instagram page, is to maybe to get to know them more and understand their activities,
People-
etc.
People nowadays when they hear someone's name, they don't Google them. They go on
Yeah,
Instagram,
Instagram,
first. I've
yeah.
seen that
Yeah. True.
many times. They go on Instagram to see who they are
So
before
like
going to Google.
in the future,
Wallet.
on some level, yeah.
Exactly,
So
100%. It's
you'll be
gonna be
able
that.
to track the wallet, and then if you make the connection with the person and you know who that wallet belongs to, then you can build this identity.
100%.
And that gives صاحب الايدنتيتي القوة انه هو يقرر مين بيعرف انا مين واي ليفل من المعرفة بيعرفني.
Yeah, you can put your name. Your ENS domain.
So my NS domain on my main wallet is jajabur.e.
Exactly.
Anyone that visits that wallet can know that this is my wallet. I have the
100%.
NFT for the
Yeah.
.e, and it identifies.
If
who
you
I
don't
am.
want to show it, you don't show. You have the freedom. That's the thing. You have the freedom to choose what you own, what you see, what you don't see, and you have the freedom, most important, to show people what you want to show. If you don't want to show them something, you know, you can keep it private.
مظبوط.
If you want to show off something, you can do it.
مظبوط 100%. So it's interesting لأنه you would think إنه هلا عم نقدر نعمل decentralized identities لأنه صار في عنا this technology called the blockchain and this technology called private and public keys that we're calling الwallet يعني. بس هو in fact هيك just a lick from history. So you know بلاد ما بين النهرين Mesopotamia,
Yep.
right? So this is the cradle of civilization. هنيك بلشت الحضارة كلها, right? وبوقتها the elites in that society, they used to wear a cylinder on their neck made from clay with some intricate carvings, unique carvings. وكل مرة بدهم يمضوا على a clay tablet, they used to take that cylinder and roll it. So what you have is actually the first iteration of public and private keys. So
Yeah,
the public key is the pattern that this cylinder prints out على clay. Well, private key is the cylinder itself, which the owner keeps
Yeah.
for himself, right? So I would argue that decentralization كانت موجودة من زمان, كان فينا نضل نطبقها.
Of course.
But then the focus of people wanting to consolidate power هو اللي خلينا to go towards centralization. Luckily اليوم صار في عنا التكنولوجي اللي بتسهل تاني option يلي هو decentralized economies, decentralized interactions, right, and decentralized identities.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about how we're applying كيف عم نطبق this decentralized identities على a new Web3 platform that obviously خبرهم لهم لأنه أنا بعرف. بس خبرهم كيف we're integrating الايدنتيتي تبع الهولدرز تبع metapreneurs into this Web3 platform.
Okay, so basically, what we wanted to do with Metapreneurs, you know, create a holders-only section and give access, you know, to courses, articles, and resources, ebooks, and stuff to our holders. And we want it in a way where, okay, only holders can have access to it. If they sell it, they don't have access to it anymore. That's how the whole Web3 came about. And that was the first idea of it. Then we kind of moved forward with it, and we came up with ideas us together to make it, a more interactive experience, not just a place where we post stuff and then the holders can have access to. It's
Okay.
a two-way street.
Yeah, so part of their identity is what they
Exactly.
contributed to that
Exactly.
platform themselves.
So they'll log in with their wallet, they'll have their profile picture, one of their metapreneurs. They choose. If they have more than one, they can choose between all of them.
Yeah.
A bio, if they want to put their Discord username or something, and they can choose to put their real name,
Or
they
not.
can or not.
Yeah,
Their ENS domain, whatever they want.
yeah,
And the name is either their ENS or their wallet address.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you know who hold that person really holds a metapreneur. And what happens is you as a user can comment, like on this platform, save posts, and you can also post stuff.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of it. And we haven't mentioned this a lot,
yeah.
but
This is the first time I think we publicly
yeah,
talk about this. Yeah,
really. But it's a place where me as a holder, if I'm a holder of a metapreneur, and I find this really cool video, or I made a video on something
I
that
have some content
I have
to
some
contribute.
content to contribute, I'll put it in, and other holders can enjoy. So it's a two-way street. It's kind of an ecosystem for entrepreneurs, and it's a more. And I think this platform is going to be a base for all the other projects. They're going to want to have some kind of platform like this.
Yeah,
And that's just one part. That's the library part. We have the laboratory.
yeah.
Of course, we're gonna do all the airdrops and the merging and the staking and all of that, where we cook things up.
The 3D models.
Yeah, very soon. And we have the governance, of course, the DAO. So we have people post. Let's say I'm a holder. I really want to see. Let's say
Suggest a
course.
proposition.
I want a course on DeFi. I want a course on DeFi. I propose it. I write why I want a course on DeFi, and the holders will vote yes, no, and the person who say yes, the more he gets yes, then we can approve that thing. We have also the first decentralized accelerator program. We're usually accelerator programs and VCs. When you approach them, you're like, or Shark Tank, for example. Give a better example. You come in, you pitch your idea. You have 4 sharks. If they all say no, it's a no, and it's them that decide. Now, we go and approach a whole pool of holders. We're like, okay, someone comes pitch, he pitches, and the holders will vote. And one NFT equals one vote.
Yeah.
That uses the technology of blockchain. So if you have 10 NFTs, you get the rights to 10 votes. And you can say, okay, this startup deserves yes, no, and people vote. And then the winner, who has the more votes, he gets the funding.
And that creates an opportunity for VCs that want to invest in
100%.
Web3 projects to be part of this
100%.
community.
We
to
have
be able to.
We have a lot of VCs and investors who are already on board to invest in the holders' projects. And let's say a VC comes in and is like, look, I want more voting rights. I want 100. They have to buy 100 NFTs, and now they can go in as a big investor.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see.
I'm really excited about launching the Web3 platform for metapreneurs soon. يلي ما بيعرف, our company CryptoWare is handling the development for metapreneurs, and we're very excited about شو عم نعمل سوا. Rob, thanks a lot for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure.
This subject is very dear to me because I believe that مستقبل الايدنتيتيز لازم يكون decentralized ومش بسيطرة a central entity that تتحكم فينا بالآخر. Thanks a lot for everyone that joined the stream. ميرسي كتير على الديديكيشن تبع كل حدا عم بلحقنا من أول episode. We promise you to bring you interesting subjects always ونقربكم على العالم تبع الكريبتو. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing.